Hi everybody, this is Gwen Reyes at the Dallas International Film Festival 2017, and I'm here with the writers and directors of How Far She Went. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys just got in last night from Atlanta where the film originally premiered. How did that go?
Went really well. We had a wonderful audience response, and yeah, it was just really welcoming. And
are you excited to see what a new audience is going to say about it?
Absolutely. We were really excited to premiere in Atlanta, actually, because the original short story is from Georgia. So it was sort of a special occasion for us to travel to the South, to where the story actually takes place, and now to travel to Dallas. It's just been a beautiful experience.
So when you first read the short story, the original short story, had you not been to the South before, so it was kind of like this magical land for you?
I had visited and passed through, but never spent much time. But so yeah, it did have elements of that like romanticism, but I tried to make an effort to not play into the romantics of the South or any cliches, and just really focus on the heart of the story, which is the relationship.
So what was it about Molly's story that was so intriguing to you that you wanted to turn it into a film?
Oh, I think it was just that it was the nature of the relationship. There's the writing was just beautiful, and it was stunning, and the drama that unfolds really gripped me. But at the end of the day, it was just the relationship between the grandmother and the granddaughter, and how love can reveal itself in unconventional ways.
Yeah. So the film had its premiere. We just mentioned it's going to be premiering at DIFF this week as well. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
You take it.
I think
You got this.
as a writer.
Yeah.
So the story is about a grandmother and a granddaughter who are estranged and have a fraught relationship, and they get into an argument, and the granddaughter takes off, and she is coming into her own, and is rebellious in nature, and finds the company of some questionable men, and the grandmother confronts them, and the situation turns dangerous, and as it escalates, the grandmother is forced to make a decision that at once shatters her world, but unites her and her granddaughter in the process.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping that viewers get when they come and see the film this week?
Well, I guess from a directing standpoint, for me, I mean, it is sort of, it's a very emotional story.
Yeah.
And it is very thrilling for us to sit with an audience, to kind of experience it through the eyes of the audience. And something that I try to do as a director is, you know, there's very little dialogue in the film itself. So it's sort of a visual journey with these characters. And something that me and the cinematographer worked on is trying to, we start out with these sort of wide shots, and then as the film progresses, we start to sort of move in closer to the characters and sort of enter their subjective. And so it is my hope that the audience can sort of feel that fear and claustrophobia that sort of that the film kind of turns into.
That's a really fun power as a director, to kind of evoke that feeling out of your audience.
Absolutely. And so far, it seems to be working.
Can you guys talk a little bit about working with each other?
Sure.
That was the best.
Yeah.
We had the best. We didn't really know each other that well before this project, and I had seen Ugla's previous films, and I thought she just had such an incredible ability to work with actors who had very little to do on screen, and yet conveyed so much emotion and heart and story in nothing more than expressions. And body language and just visual communications.
Right.
And so when I wrote this, I immediately thought of her films, and I approached her with my script and a wish and a prayer, and just gave it to her.
And I think for me, because I am a writer-director, when Chloe originally approached me with the story, it was sort of a new thing for me to take on, just the role of the director. So this, it wasn't my own writing. And I think that was something that was really beautiful and special to me is that Chloe actually really allowed me to bring my own vision to the short story. It was not just like her film.
That's awesome.
I came on board as a director, and she wanted me to have a vision, and I think that is sort of the foundation of what made this collaboration into something very special. We had I think, what, 75% women working on this film.
Great.
In most of the key roles.
Was that really important to you to have that?
Yes, it definitely was. But it wasn't something, we didn't fill those roles just because they were women.
Right.
I think just by the nature of like the personality types that we were looking for, they just happened to be women. The one thing that we wanted was just a strong collaboration all around. No egos on set. Everyone had to like be very supportive of each other, and I think just by default, the people that we chose fit those character traits, and that's what made a really successful production on what was an extremely challenging shoot. I mean, we faced a lot of obstacles, and I think it was just also through like, I think we led by example because we were so respectful and transparent and honest with each other that everybody else saw that, and that was the sentiment on set.
And Ugla, was it important to have Chloe on set with you as you were filming?
Oh, absolutely. I think we were actually just discussing this yesterday because this was a difficult shoot, and we were shooting in the hottest, basically the hottest
week of the year.
Yeah. And
in like desert locations and
we, you know, if you've seen the film or clips from the film, you know, we have very complex production challenges. We have a dog who's sort of a lead actor in the movie. We have there's action sequences that were very complex to pull off.
There's a motorcycle chase,
right?
Of course, all the things involved.
And we were working in water, and you name it, we did it. And I think what was sort of incredible is that there were so many things that just kind of, you know, happened on set that made it very challenging. We had like we had a crazy rainstorm on day one.
That came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. There were some hospital visits.
That had nothing, they were not set related at all.
No.
Yeah.
It was like 2 people on set had these health issues that you can't plan for.
Nothing,
that's when, like life just got in the way.
But the incredible thing about Chloe, and I think this speaks so much to her as a extremely good producer, is that I had no idea that anything ever went wrong. She sort of just created a bubble around me to make sure that I could be the best leader to the team, and yeah, I mean, that's
great.
Incredible.
So you guys are already excited about working with each other again, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We talk about it all the time,
Well, great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your time in Dallas.
Thanks so much.